Hello, Netrunner fans, and welcome back to another episode of Flower City False Leads. My name is Chris.
I'm Tim.
And I'm Nam.
And we're coming at you with the final round from the Millennium Games Netrunner League Championship. This tournament was a top 8 from the league, playing 3 rounds of Swiss. So right now we've got the top players out of that Swiss tournament playing in this top table. Right now we've got Tim himself on the right-hand side. Mm-hmm. And we got, is that Alex on the left-hand side? With the classic little orc click trackers.
Yes.
Gotta love it. So Tim, we've seen you play a couple rounds with this Foundry build earlier, and you're sitting across from Noise right now. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking score agendas as fast as humanly possible against Noise. And especially as soon as I see
You mean as biotically fast as possible?
Ooh.
So as soon as I see Wildside Pawn Shop, I think, okay, he's playing the virus spam Noise, so he will not run very often, and I'll have a pretty big window to try to do things in. So just start installing and go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna lie, he got a really good start. That is a ludicrous start as Noise.
Those are V2 cards.
You want to
have. Most of the time with Noise, it looks like he's got a fair amount of viruses in hand. And going out and checking things. Adonis.
So it's interesting because Noise,
Business show.
We've seen for a very long time this combo, Wildside and Pawn Shop, and just drawing and installing viruses going hard on mill. But lately there's been this build of going around the can of whoop ass, as it was deemed on Netrunner DB.
Tell us about that.
That's based around Chicana and Hive Mind and Progenitor and all of those amazing new toys that Anarchs got, to basically say no matter what you do, it's going to cost you extra to score agendas.
Yes.
The basic idea is you put Hive Mind out and you keep loading it up with virus breeding grounds, and then Hive Mind replicates itself, all of those counters, onto all the Chicanas. So even if the Corp purges, the virus breeding grounds will get back new tokens to move onto the Hive Mind, and by transitive property put on the Chicanas. It's a big mess. It's scary. But it does take a long time to set up.
He does have the Hive Mind in hand, so it seems... My guess would be that's what he's going for.
Hey-yo.
It would seem appropriate. But no, Tim, what you were saying, get it out fast, still applies.
Yeah, exactly. No matter which of those two Noise builds I see, I want to go very fast. And so, as you can see there, installing a remote, icing it up. I believe that is an agenda in there. So I'm just trying to go as fast as I can at this point.
And what's interesting about a lot of these Noise builds is they run very breaker light.
Yes.
The one based around Hive Mind, you'll see a lot just running a Darwin and maybe a David or two. You'll see sometimes Crypsis out of Noise, but it's not like playing against Shaper where they're going to get the tools to get in early. Right. They're more focused on getting a very effective rig setup over a couple of turns.
Right.
Yeah, a Quandary could probably stop them pretty early. If you have an agenda-heavy hand and a thing that ends the run, and an ice that ends the run, you could probably just score out of the server.
I think that's a Gila hands, if I remember correctly.
Looks great to me.
Whatever it is, you scored it. So you got it. So it's 1 or 2.
He was on low credits and did not have any pieces of rig up.
Well done, Tim.
Thanks, man.
I'll go into that Kashikon.
Well, let's not let it get to his head.
Gotta love Cash out of Noise.
Yes, yeah, Cash is one of those cards that really reinvigorated Noise. And he is, since I'm going fast, he is milling viruses and just going to check before I can try to get the Jackson to get them back. And we see what looks to be a piece of ice and an NAPD. And I take the NAPD, which at this point seems to make sense.
Now, at this point, would you almost say that Cash is virtually a mandatory card? I mean, it is so good in Noise that you can't really justify not running it, right?
I would tend to agree with you there.
Okay. I'd say if you're running Aesop's Pawn Shop in Noise, it is a mandatory card.
Yes.
Right.
If for some reason you're not, maybe not.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I've even seen Shapers pack Cash if they're running Aesop's Pawn Shop.
Yeah.
Because it's just so effective. You get so much money very quickly.
Right.
I've also seen, even with the non-Aesop's Pawn Shop, I mean, like with Scheherazade, for example, they'll overwrite Cash and then just get it back again later. It's still value, but
it's true.
What were you gonna say?
Well, I mean, I was gonna say he has Cyber Feeder on the table too. That's another save the install cost.
Right.
Oh, and he uninstalls
Cash and reinstalls it.
That's another way to do it.
Also a way to do it.
Wow.
So then you get cash twice, and then you pawn shop it.
I'm not gonna lie, that might be the first time I've seen someone uninstall a card.
You clearly haven't seen Alex play.
Yes. And scoring an NAPD there.
Wow, so you're sitting at 3. You're sticking to your motto of fast against noise.
Gotta go fast. Hedgehog style.
It's alright.
You realize that there are kids being born now who probably wouldn't understand that reference. Guys, we're getting old.
Speak for yourself, man.
Tim is younger than me. Actually, I'm the oldest one in the room.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. No. My brother was telling me that people refer... Oh,
no, you got one. Or, sorry, Alex got one. I don't know why I'm saying you, because Alex isn't here.
2 Lampreys, grabs a Vitruvius out. Oh, yep. Ice up the old archives. Installing there and advancing.
Ooh.
Is that another NAPD?
Going fast.
Probably.
Eating lamprey.
When Noise is... Well, he's got quite a few credits.
He does have a large number of credits, but with Wildside, he has a limited number of clicks with which to use those credits.
Oh, for those of you who don't know his coin system, the
yes.
grayish ones are 2, and the little bronze ones are 1.
Yes.
So those aren't like 5s.
Yes,
that
no, he's not an insane amount of money.
Yeah, that's what some people believe when they first play him, because those are the tokens that actually come in the game.
12 credits. And now here comes the Hive Mind, so on the Progenitor, so pretty much confirming for me that it's that combo-y Shikana style noise.
And look in his hand, he's even got a Deep Thought.
Deep Thought.
Wow,
My man.
You're a fan of Deep Thought.
Let me tell you, Deep Thought is amazing in this kind of build, because especially if you don't have breakers and you can't run a lot on other servers, if you can just see what's on top of R&D and you can just make it through once for whatever reason, using whatever means you can, it's worth it.
Well, first of all, Tim scored another 2 points. Well done.
So Tim's at 6, or
6.
5 or 6.
But Nam, you were freaking me out last time we played. You were running Deep Thought out of Valencia and using it to determine when to blackmail R&D.
Yes.
And it was extremely effective.
I'm going to say that I did not come up with the deck idea myself, but because I was like, what would be the most annoying in this particular case? Let me not run on anything. Don't res. Blackmail whenever I think it's perfect. And I can make myself know when it's perfect. Perfect!
Alright, so Deep Thought is played, and he transferred Virus Breeding Ground over to Hive Mind. So Deep Thought is up. So at the beginning of his turn, he will get to look at the top card of my R&D.
I believe the phrasing is, he may. So if he actually misses, he might not...
Oh, so I do not have to enforce the game state here.
Correct. Well, it is a may, so...
Yes.
If it did not say may, then you probably should.
Yeah.
Play by the rules. We'll see if it does him any good, though, because he doesn't exactly have any way to get past that ice right now.
Yes, and I'm sitting at 5 points. There goes something into the remote.
Looked like an Adonis to me.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think it was critical.
I saw some
But at this point, since I am at 5 points, he's probably a little nervous about what that is. Could not tell what that was.
Well, he deep thought it. He knows what it is.
Yes.
That's what counts.
It's true.
That's all that matters.
Wildside into a Grimoire and an uninstall.
Yeah, so I see he has Gorman Drip in hand, and there's a lot of decks in which I see Gorman Drip and Cash. Sometimes I don't think it necessarily behooves the players to run both.
Right.
But it depends on the build, I guess. Mm-hmm. So, because it is a cheap virus.
Right.
Noise loves one-cost viruses.
Yeah,
totally.
And there are a lot of them now.
It's true. So, Tim, it looks like you're sitting on a Biotic and another 2-pointer in your hand.
So I'm feeling pretty secure at this point.
Are you just lacking money? Is that what you're lacking?
I think I have the money for it.
Okay.
I have, so my money is at the bottom of the screen a little bit off. I believe I have enough, because I haven't had to res any ice. The only money I've spent is scoring agendas at this point.
Right.
So
that's true, yeah, you haven't resed anything. Like, you actually literally resed nothing.
So I bought it out of Vitruvius, and that is the game.
Fast.
So I stuck to the game plan.
And it works.
Scored agendas as soon as I drew them, and he did not draw. I'm guessing he had Darwin or something like that.
Darwin or Crypsis, usually one of the two.
And just could not get to it in time. So.
But with Hive Mind, it's probably Crypsis. Or with Darwin.
Probably Darwin.
Yeah,
Fly
probably
with
Darwin.
the
Sorry.
So, yeah, so that is the first game of the third round. We've got one more game left of our top 8 here. So come on back.
Thanks for watching.
As Tim said, you better come back.